Remember back in 2017 when Fortnite first came out? It was all about Battle Royale, a 100-player fight to be the last one standing. Simple, fun, and super addictive. Players could team up solo, in duos, or squads, and the main goal was survival. But did you know? Fortnite actually started with Save the World, a mode where players team up to fight off zombie-like creatures and build defenses. It was cool, but Battle Royale stole the spotlight. Then came Creative mode. This let players design their own islands, create mini-games, and basically build whatever they wanted. It was like Minecraft meets Fortnite. Fast forward, and now we've got modes like Lego Fortnite and Rocket Racing. Lego Fortnite mixes survival and crafting with that classic Lego twist. On the other hand, Rocket Racing was introduced as a high-speed racing mode. However, after less than a year, Epic Games announced they would stop releasing themed updates for Rocket Racing, leading many to feel it's been left behind. Meanwhile, Lego Fortnite is thriving. They've added Brick Life, a new social roleplay experience where up to 32 players can explore a vibrant city, customize homes, take on jobs, and interact via text chat. It's like a kid-friendly version of GTA Online, offering endless fun and creativity. With all these additions, Fortnite offers a ton of variety. But here's the thing. Some players feel overwhelmed by all these choices. They miss the simplicity of the original Battle Royale and wonder if all these new modes are taken away from what made Fortnite special. Some fans love the new, saying they keep the game fresh and exciting. Others feel nostalgic for the old days and think the core experience is getting lost. Epic Games, the creators of Fortnite, believe that adding new modes helps keep the game alive and caters to different types of players. They see Fortnite as more than just a game. It's a platform for all kinds of experience. Interestingly, the return of Fortnite OG, which brings back the original map and gameplay, was met with massive enthusiasm. It drew over 1 million players within 20 minutes of its release, showing that many players still crave that classic Fortnite experience. Some players are worried that Fortnite's many game modes are spreading the player base too thin, making it harder to find matches. For example, the OG ranked Zero Build mode, which focuses on pure combat and teamwork, has seen low player numbers, sometimes as few as 50 to 300 players, or even none at all. This caused Epic Games to temporarily remove the mode from some regions starting on March 4th, 2025, to improve matchmaking. Epic is still evaluating how to best offer ranked modes in the future, based on player demand and fairness. Despite this, Fortnite remains popular, with about 650 million registered players and 60 million daily active users as of March 2025. Special events can bring in over 4 million players at once, showing the community is still strong. Epic's strategy to keep the game fresh with new modes, bundles, and collaborations, like their partnership with Lego, helps maintain Fortnite's appeal. Fortnite Reload, a new mode introduced in mid-2024, has been a big hit. It's a 40-player squad-based mode with respawn mechanics, letting players rejoin the game as long as one teammate survived. At its peak, Reload had over 1.6 million players in one weekend, making it Fortnite's most played mode. Epic continues to update Reload with new content to keep players engaged. Compared to other games, Fortnite's frequent bi-weekly updates and player engagement stand out. While some games only get updates every couple of months, Fortnite regularly adds new features, showing its commitment to keeping players satisfied. Overall, Fortnite continues to thrive, staying relevant with consistent updates and strategic innovations.
You just got home from work or school, and you see this free game called Fortnite. The first time you played it, you felt a feeling you've never felt before. That feeling was a craving. You craved more and more Fortnite until that craving was satisfied. So what made you feel that way? So it's September 26th, 2017, and a game called Fortnite Battle Royale was released to the public, and people from all over the world started playing it. After the first month of its release, over 45 million people played it, and at the time, people didn't know that it was going to change the gaming world forever. So why was this game so popular back then? But for some, it feels watered down after all this time. So I downloaded Fortnite the first day it came out. It felt different from the battle royales we had at the time, games like Club, Call of Duty, and Modern Warfare. But this one was different. This one got me hooked. Because of the building aspect of the game. Most people know how to build now, but back then, I never saw people building. Maybe a hut, but nothing like the build battles we have now. So when I started my first match, I thought it would feel like PUBG from Call of Duty, but no. It had its own feel, its own space. The cartoony vibe that was going around, and the map felt massive, compared to other battle royales. So I loved it so much that I got addicted. So in my first game, I landed on the 2 houses near Tomato Town, and that would always be my favorite landing spot. But at that time, I thought the circle was the storm, and I did not know how to build, or get wood, brick, or metal. The game was completely silent. You could hear an ant crawling. So let's talk about Season 1. So Season 1 was the start of something great. That's when Fortnite added the item shop, and the seasonal shop, and the first holiday event. So the item shop was simpler compared to what we have today. In the year 2024, we have cars, back blings, music tracks, and even shoes. But in 2017, we had a skin and a pickaxe. And the seasonal pass was an item shop, but you had to level up to unlock the skin so you could buy it like the Renegade Raider. And during that time, a lot of content creators were playing the game on YouTube and other platforms, and people started to understand that Fortnite cared a lot about their game and the people who played it. So it's December 14th, 2017, and there was an update that changed Fortnite forever. So when I loaded up Fortnite, I saw a whole new game. There was a new lobby, new tabs, battle pass, and I clicked on the item shop, and I saw all the new Christmas skins that I never bought. But then, I clicked on the battle pass, and I saw 3 skins, and many other rewards for only 950 V-Bucks, but for some reason, I never got it, and went and clicked ready, and right away, I saw lights and the bushes and trees decorations everywhere, a snowball launcher, and this is when more and more people started playing and more streamers, and this made the Fortnite we know and love today. During this time, people weren't as competitive. Most people didn't know how to build a wall, because most people wanted to have fun with friends or watch their favorite streamers like me when I was streaming Fortnite to about 2 people. When Season 3 came out, I got the battle pass right away. So I would not forget. I was so mad I forgot to buy it. In the first few days, I got tier 100 because I bought a few tiers. Just a few, maybe like 50 or 35.
You serious?
But anyway, they added backblings in the battle pass. So it's June 30th, 2018. The release of Season 4 brought the first ever live event. It was a rocket launch. But it's the first time you see a game do something like that. It may have been basic by today's standards, but back then, it was magical. And it also brought the first collab. It was with Wonder, and brought Thanos into the game. Fast forward to the time where people started to want a new map, and Fortnite gave them what they wanted. But not until they brought chaos to the map with Season X, aka the last season of Chapter 1. This season brought my favorite vehicle in Fortnite. It was called Mechs. You could jump in the air and turn people into dust. And it also brought back fan favorites with a twist like Taco Time, or the no building effect when you enter the Wild West. So after all that, everything went dark. Fortnite ended after 2 years being on that map. One event took it all away. And then, we waited, and waited, and waited, until... So Chapter 2 caused panic, because the game got less update, because of a virus. During this time, people were at home and had nothing to do. So Fortnite, Chapter 2, Season 2, was great new interest in the map, bringing Midas and Brutus, Choppas, and even Agent Peely. And since most people was at home, they had nothing to do, unless you was young and had school. But most people was playing Fortnite while doing their schoolwork. But when the storm passed, a new storm arrived, a downfall of people not playing Fortnite, since most went back to living. When Chapter 3 launched, it was exciting at first. A new map, a new start. It sounded great on paper, but almost immediately, something felt off. The map looked beautiful, sure, but it lacked the personality of Chapter 1. POIS felt more generic, like they were designed to look good rather than feel good to play in. Where Chapter 1 had memorable locations like Retail Row or Pleasant Park, Chapter 3's map felt like a bunch of landmarks slapped together. Another thing, the loot pool got too complicated. By Chapter 3, Fortnite had introduced so many new weapons and items that it started to feel overwhelming. Instead of sticking to the basics, Epic kept adding and vaulting things, which made it hard to keep up. Remember when it was just about picking up a pump, a scar, and some minis? Now you had to worry about which SMG was the meta, which AR was better, and whether you should even bother carrying certain items. The introduction of Zero Build was a double-edged sword. On one hand, it brought a lot of new players who didn't want to deal with sweaty edits. On the other hand, it took away one of the core mechanics that made Fortnite unique. For AUG player, this mode was a game changer. No more getting boxed, like a fish, or hiding in a bush. You can go back to your roots and play normally. Fast forward to Chapter 5, and things haven't improved. For some players, it feels like Fortnite has lost even more of its identity. The map, it's changed so many times that it's hard to keep track of what's where. And instead of creating a sense of mystery or identity, it just feels confusing. You don't have those iconic spots where you know exactly what to expect. Every POI feels like it's trying too hard to be cool without actually being memorable. But I liked the Chapter 5 map, yes. I said it. I liked it. So this is why OG Fortnite was addictive. Chapter 1 wasn't perfect, but it was raw. It felt fresh. Like Epic Games didn't even know they were making history. The map wasn't overly complicated. Places like Tilted Towers, Dusty Depot, and Greasy Grove were simple, but full of personality. The building mechanic was new, and nobody knew how to use it properly. Matches weren't about sweating or showing off edits. They were about exploring, surviving, and having fun. The seasonal updates were something else too. Remember the first Battle Pass? It wasn't packed with a million cosmetics, but it felt special. Skins like Black Knight and Sparkle Specialist weren't just outfits, they were badges of honor. And the live events, those were moments that felt like the whole world stopped. The rocket launch, Kevin the Cube, the butterfly rift. Every event made you feel like you were part of something bigger. But most importantly, Chapter 1 was simple. The loot pool wasn't overloaded with a million items. You had your pumps, scars, and RPGs. There weren't 15 different mechanics to remember. You landed, you looted, and you fought. It was easy to understand but hard to master, and that's what made it fun and addictive. The gameplay has also become way too sweaty. Back in Chapter 1, you could drop in with your friends, mess around, and still have a good time. Now, for most players, every match feels like a tournament. The skill gap has grown so much that casual players are either forced into zero build or pushed out of the game entirely. So, the answer is, it was the magic, the soul of the game. Chapter 1 wasn't just about the gameplay, it was about the feeling. It was about dropping into a match and not knowing what would happen. It was about the little moments, like hiding in a bush with your squad or pulling off a clutch victory. It was about the community, where every streamer and YouTuber was hyping up the game, creating memes and sharing experiences. But Epic Games has proven time and time again that they can innovate and surprise us. And with the release of Fortnite returning permanently, we should expect a lot of people to return.